Have you ever thought of being too positive as a toxic trait? Well, it is. The psychology group put it perfectly when they defined toxic positivity as the excessive and ineffective overgeneralization of a happy or optimistic state in the face of all situations. The process of toxic positivity results in denial, minimalization, and invalidation of the authentic human emotional experience. Optimism and positivity in and of itself is not actually a bad thing. In fact, I think we should encourage healthy optimism and realistic positivity. But like with everything, when it's done to an excess or the extreme, it can be really dangerous and damaging. Here are 3 reasons why you should stop being positive in a toxic way. Reason number 1. When you force a positive outlook on pain or a difficult situation, or maybe you just force positive vibes in life in general, you can cause yourself and the people around you a huge amount of shame and ultimately suppression of true human normal emotion. Now, I lived in the 80s and the 90s. Yes, there was life before the year 2000, and there was a huge culture, especially in the 80s and during the early entrepreneurial era, and it also actually seeped into the churches, to never, ever say anything negative. Feeling sick? Don't admit it. Going through depression? Well, that doesn't exist. You lost someone? Well, time is a healer. You'll get over it. Some of these phrases were actually said to me when I lost my dad. Do you know how much this way of life can damage someone? Not only the people that are doing it, but the people that they're doing it to. It also teaches a really unhealthy habit of going through life being and acting fake. Sometimes life sucks and it's really hard and it's negative, but pretending like it's not happening is actually insane. Now, there's a difference between acknowledging reality and what's going on and wallowing in it. Like I said before, anything we do in excess turns out to be unhealthy. So if you're someone who plays the victim role and wallows in the negativity around you, then that's not good either. Toxic positivity breeds habits of avoidance and denial. You end up wearing a fake mask all the time, and you also expect others to wear that same mask too. No one is being genuine, no one is being honest, no one is being real, no one's being human. If you're ever struck by the dilemma of whether you should be honest or whether you should be brave, always, 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 always choose being honest. People do not relate to fakeness. And I know for me, I find it extremely difficult to be around toxic, positive people. And I've been around a lot of them in my lifetime. It's okay to acknowledge and feel normal human emotion when life is hard. If you would like to support this channel and you're gaining value from my content, it would help me so much if you subscribed. You can also share it with a friend. All of that helps. Reason number 2, positively toxic people are some of the laziest humans on this earth. I've lived just a little while. And I've seen a common thread through my interaction within many different spheres of life, whether it be business, whether it be in my home life, whether it be even in church. And I found that people often feel like if they are optimistic and super positive about something or a situation, then they are automatically owed what they are wanting or asking for or trying to get. That is incorrect. There are no magic words when it comes to trying to get what you want by just being super uberly positive. Maybe you've been around people who have had a fairy tale type of perspective in life. I feel like we've all been there, to be honest, but some people grow out of it later than others. You know, that kind of thought, like, oh, it'll just happen, or I know it's just going to work out. Real talk, I was a grandmaster black belt of thinking life was going to turn out to be my very own fairy tale until life happened. And that perspective shattered. The universe manifestation idea is a prime example of this kind of entitlement that people think that they have when they just speak positive affirmations. You know, if I just wish for it hard enough, if I just put it out there in the universe enough, if I just try really hard to say all the positive things that I can, I'm gonna get it. And I know some people are not going to agree with this, and that's fine, but I believe that sort of living actually takes away all your hard work and your personal responsibility and accountability out of the equation. It's the easy way out. And I don't think it's very healthy to just think that if you say enough positive affirmations in life, then you're gonna get what you're telling the universe that you want. Now, maybe some of you are thinking,
hold up, Tori. Don't you pray to God and ask for stuff?
See, this is actually a really good point, and I believe some Christians, a lot of Christians, can get this wrong as well. Because some of us Christians treat God like he's our magical genie who literally only exists to grant us our wishes. So as for me, when I pray and I am asking God for what I need, I ask for it. I don't tell him, I don't demand God to give me what I want. Sometimes the answer is going to be, no, that's not good for you. Also, when I pray about what I would like in life or what I'm trying to succeed in, I do what the Bible says and I ask God for wisdom. I don't just expect him to magically make things happen. Prayer acts as a submission to God and his will, whereas manifestation is telling the universe what you want and demanding it. Toxic positivity has a sense of entitlement and pride, and both of those things are not good to have in your life. Reason number 3, the positive idea that you have of yourself is actually killing your potential. People who are positive to the extreme avoid any feelings of negativity. They avoid anything that feels uncomfortable or even slightly painful. This can play a massive role in stunting your personal growth. And I've seen this happen. I believe that being self-aware is actually a goal that everyone should always be running to. Oftentimes, the self-awareness journey is really uncomfortable and quite painful because you're actually getting to know who you are, warts and all your flaws, all your insecurities, all your anxieties, the things that you're terrible at, the things that trigger you. It's not easy to hear. It's not easy to find all those things out. When you're full of toxic positivity, you will never allow yourself to become acquainted with your true self. You end up in a life where you're actually hiding all your real feelings and you ignore all of your problems. Living this way will 100% rob you of the opportunity of being a better and a whole person and also growing through your journey in life. A lot of times toxic people like this can shield themselves so much from reality of who they are that they actually start believing this lie that they are just great and amazing at everything. And a lot of them think, they don't need to learn anything else because they have it all together. They know enough. They're good. Life is going to suck. In case you haven't found that out yet, though I'm sure we all have. And we're also going to suck. We're going to be really terrible at things. We're not going to do everything perfectly. We're going to make monumental mistakes that are going to infuriate us. Don't dismiss negative feelings of who you are and the chance to actually realize what your strengths and also what your weaknesses are. You can still absolutely be optimistic in the face of really difficult life situations, and I think you should try it to be. In life, when things are out of control, you can control 2 things: your attitude and your response. It's okay not to be okay sometimes. Don't create a space around you where people feel like they can't be themselves or they can't express what's going on in their life because it doesn't match with their positive vibes only. You can take your positive vibe over there. Life happens to us all, whether it's our own doing from choices that we've made or circumstances that are completely out of our control. Show compassion and empathy instead of telling someone, just stay positive. Thank you for choosing to hang out with me today, and I will see you in the next one.